Hello everyone, AJ here and welcome to my second video in my full training series. Be sure to check out my first video explaining the program in detail in under 5 minutes, if you haven't already. Let's get into it with workout 1 of 4. Full as it is written, we would be doing 3 to 4 sets of barbell bench press, 3 to 4 sets of incline bench press, 3 to 4 sets of bent over row, 3 to 4 sets of lat pull downs with a wide grip, 2 to 3 sets of standing overhead press, 2 to 3 sets of bicep curl, and 2 to 3 sets of skull crushers. I have made the following changes and additions to the program. So the first 2 lifts remain unchanged. I will be doing a pendlay row instead of the bent over row. Lat pull down remains unchanged. I will be doing a seated overhead press instead of a standing overhead press. And I will be doing it with dumbbells instead of barbells. As for the bicep curl and skull crusher, instead of using a straight bar, I will be using an easy bar. And in addition, I have added face pulls 3 to 4 sets. The remaining set ranges remains unchanged, as well as the rep ranges, and these are the rest times that I will be using as guidelines for my routine. I started running full last week. Let's have a look at some of the lifts I performed. Bench press went well, performed 4 sets of 5 reps at 200 pounds. It felt a lot lighter compared to what I have been doing in Wendler in the previous weeks. Managed to max out the set and rep range for this lift, and overall I am happy with the way it went. Bumping up 5 pounds for next week. Whenever you change exercises, the order of which those exercises are performed, the amount of volume, and so on, one must figure out which weights to use. You may be in for a rude awakening if you just pick the same weights as your previous program. Performing a flat bench when you are fresh and performing it at the end of your session after you have already worked your chest, shoulders, and triceps will result in decreased performance. We do not know how our body will perform until we test out these new lifts in this new order. Better leave the ego at the door, drop some weight, and recalibrate instead of risking injury. Incline bench went well. I stuck to the lower end of the sets with 3 and performed 9 reps instead of the max of 10. I will maintain the weight on this lift and try again next week to max out the reps and perhaps add a set if I don't feel destroyed after 3 sets. Next, the pendlay row. Performed 4 sets of 5, so I managed to max out there. This one is still a new lift for me, and I will be paying close attention to form in the coming weeks. Full uses a double progression method. First, you work towards maxing out your reps on a given lift. Once you hit that ceiling, you bump up 5 pounds for your next training day, and build back up your reps. This is a very popular system, and many programs use it. There are many ways to use progressive overload. This is one of the methods to do so. Without progressive overload, the body won't change. Make sure your program uses a form of progressive overload, whichever program that might be. I managed 3 sets of the lat pull downs. I still have much room for improvement on this lift. I will continue to tweak the weight and work towards adding that 4th set as outlined in the program. Last lift for today is the overhead press. I subbed out the standing barbell press for the seated dumbbell press for 2 reasons. 1, ceiling clearance, and 2, the dumbbell variation has always felt better on my shoulders. So dumbbell seated press it is. I managed to push out 3 sets for max reps. So in the end, it was a good lift. I also followed up this lift with 3 sets of bicep curls, 3 sets of skull crushers, and 3 sets of face pulls. All in all, a good start to the week. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and comment below with any questions you may have. Stay tuned for the next video in this series where we will cover the lower power day, coming soon. Till then, stay safe.